know that your wife
Did
got
this.
urinated on and then found this out in court.
That's a lot.
Could you handle that?
But let me tell you, not only because he had left, he was in the back of the court, and then he went. I think they took up to like a back room. But the girl, you know,
Diddy's
all the
kids.
Diddy kids are there,
Yeah.
right? So his daughters are there. I was sitting behind them. It was awkward for me to watch them have to listen to all of this. After he started, the male Esther started getting into a lot of the masturbation and stuff. They got up and left.
Who told him to leave? Did Diddy say leave or?
No, Diddy didn't tell them to leave. I don't know if there was a conversation or not. I looked up from writing and I saw them get up, so I don't know. But I know that they were like checking on each other throughout. I saw them ask like Christian at one point, like, "You okay?"
What would you do if your own father was accused of things so disturbing that you couldn't even sit inside a courtroom without breaking down? That is exactly what Diddy's daughters have been facing. These 3 young girls are trapped in the middle of a situation no child should ever be forced to endure. Ever since Cassie filed her lawsuit, their lives have become heavier, and every day has brought new emotional pressure. But recently, during a court hearing, they reached their limit. They got up and walked out with tears streaming down their faces as horrifying testimony filled the room. Before we reach that moment, we need to step back because this nightmare didn't begin overnight. Cassie's lawsuit was the spark that started everything. From the moment she filed it, Diddy's entire world began to fall apart. In that lawsuit, she described years of abuse, manipulation, and controlling behavior that she says she suffered while being involved with him.
Speaking of D-Rock, I know Cassie, she testified that D-Rock would tell her to put an ice pack on her face after Diddy would beat her up.
Yeah, I can see that. D-Rock is a very charming person. He's very charismatic, you dig? Just my opinion, and shout out to him. But I feel like D-Rock was trying to do right by Puff.
She accused him not only of harming her physically, but also forcing her into disturbing situations, bringing escorts around, making her watch them with other men, and pushing her into humiliating acts she didn't want to participate in. The details were upsetting, graphic, and uncomfortable to read. The internet was busy arguing about every line of Cassie's claims, but people forgot something important. Behind all the headlines and gossip, there were real individuals dealing with the fallout, especially Diddy's daughters. Once the lawsuit became public, Chance, Jesse, and Delilah were thrown into chaos. They were still teenagers, attending school events, preparing for exams, planning for the future. And suddenly, they had to carry the weight of their father being accused of violent and disturbing behavior. This wasn't just another celebrity scandal. It was the unraveling of their entire world. While the media kept reporting the most shocking information and fans discussed it online like entertainment,
Here comes. Is this not the perfect father-daughter date night?
I'm speechless. I am speechless. Baby, you look so beautiful. So beautiful. She's a future actress. Her name is Chance. Chance, you tell her.
Yes, I'm an aspiring actress, and it's my first time at the Oscars, so I'm really excited to be here.
these girls had to continue their daily lives, smiling in photos, attending events, pretending everything was normal, even though nothing felt normal anymore. Their father was being portrayed in the darkest way, and they had no choice but to endure that pain silently. Then, right when it seemed like things couldn't get any worse, another woman stepped forward, and she didn't hold back. A new lawsuit was filed by a woman known as Jane Doe. She claimed she met Diddy in 2001. At first, everything seemed normal to her. They went out to clubs, enjoyed dinners together, and spent time at his studio. But during their fourth meeting, she said everything changed. According to her, Diddy became violent and forced himself on her inside his apartment. What shocked people wasn't just the accusation itself, but the level of detail in the lawsuit. She described Diddy in ways most individuals would never expect to hear in a legal document.
Diddy has said this. He said, when I give a party, I have to have an ambulance outside of the house. Paramedics ready. That people have to take IVs Remember the time that him and his mama kissed each other on the lips? Do you remember that both of them was getting an IV at the same time? That's from the Diddy freak-off party.
She said when he exposed himself, she actually felt relieved because his size didn't appear threatening. She described it as lacking both length and width and compared it to a small Tootsie Roll. The internet instantly exploded with reactions. People began making jokes and memes, and users online were relentless. One comment said, "You can't recover from being called a Tootsie Roll." Another said, "Diddy might be the most embarrassed man in the country right now, his poor daughters." Imagine being a teenage girl and hearing the world insult your father like this. Imagine scrolling online and seeing thousands of people laughing about something so personal. That is the reality Chance, Jesse, and Delilah have been living with. The girls continued supporting their father by appearing beside him in court. Some people saw this as loyalty. Others believed it was a legal strategy to make Diddy appear like a loving, responsible parent. Regardless of the reason, these teenagers sat in the courtroom.
Spooky dreams. I dreamt once my memories were chocolate raisins in a jar, and people could go and take the memory and suck the chocolate off the raisin to get my memory.
Listening to some of the most graphic and traumatizing details anyone could imagine. One of the moments that shattered them came when Daniel Phillips, a male escort, took the stand. He claimed Cassie hired him because Diddy instructed her to. But what shocked people even more was what he said next. Phillips testified that Diddy would sit in the corner of the room while the acts took place and touch himself while watching. Hearing that would be painful for any audience, but for Diddy's daughters, it was unbearable. Sources say they walked out of the courtroom in tears multiple times during these types of testimonies. They couldn't handle it, and who could blame them? Imagine listening to a stranger talk about your father watching from a corner while paying someone to sleep with his girlfriend. Imagine having reporters, cameras, and strangers staring at your reaction. That is the world these girls have been forced into. They didn't choose this trial. They didn't want any of this. Yet they had to live it in front of everyone. As all this unfolded, social media flooded with one major question. Why are Diddy's daughters even attending these hearings? Some people think the girls truly want to support their father. Maybe the family chose to stay close, maybe they believe he is innocent, but many fans think there's more to it. A lot of people think Diddy uses his daughters as a visual shield. When they sit behind him during testimony, it sends a message to the courtroom. Look, I'm a family man. Would I really do all this? This isn't a new strategy. Tory Lanez brought his young son to court during his trial. Rihanna and AAP Rocky brought their baby to soften public perception. So people believe Diddy is doing something similar. But here's the difference. Diddy's daughters are old enough to understand every word being spoken. They are not toddlers. They are teenagers hearing accusations about abuse, voyeurism, escorts, violence, and manipulation. This makes everything harder, more painful, and more uncomfortable. As if things weren't already difficult, the jokes and memes surrounding Jane Doe's description of Diddy made the situation even worse. People started calling him Mini Mogul, Baby Puff, and Itty Bitty Diddy. For a man known for confidence, dominance, and power, this was a blow to his entire public image. Some fans even created theories, suggesting that if these claims were true, it might explain why Cassie was allegedly pressured into hiring male escorts. They wondered if insecurity played a role. These comments only added more fuel to the fire and created more emotional weight for the daughters to carry. Then, Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, began speaking out again. He said he witnessed Diddy hosting disturbing events he described as organized freak-offs, where women were brought in to perform for Diddy and his inner circle. According to Gene, Cassie didn't want any of those women. He said she was used as bait to bring in escorts for Diddy. He even claimed Diddy preferred watching instead of participating, and sometimes he allegedly recorded the encounters. These statements matched the lawsuit details and Daniel Phillips' testimony. Gene said he tried to warn people for years, talking about young women being groomed and staff members being too scared to speak out. At first, everyone brushed him off, but as the lawsuits grew, people started believing him. Other rumors surfaced as well, like a blind item about Diddy and actress Sienna Miller. Fans claimed their relationship ended because of substance issues and personal struggles involving intimacy. People connected this rumor to the Jane Doe allegation, saying it all added to the troubling picture forming. Diddy's daughters had tried defending him once, especially when rumors surrounding Kim Porter's death appeared online. Back then, they released a heartfelt statement asking for privacy, truth, and peace. At that time, they seemed united, supporting their father without question. But that was before. Now, as painful details are being exposed in court, their support appears to be cracking. During the earlier rumors, everything was easier to ignore because nothing was proven. But now, the courtroom is revealing specific, graphic claims they are hearing firsthand. Their tears say everything. Chance, Jesse, and Delilah are still young. They're trying to navigate school, friendships, and normal teenage experiences. But none of that is simple when their family drama is being discussed in courtrooms and online every single day. They didn't choose this. They didn't want their father to be involved in allegations this serious. Yet they're forced to face the consequences of actions they had nothing to do with. While Diddy fights for his freedom, his daughters are fighting silent emotional battles no one sees. So now the real question is this: should these girls have been kept away from the courtroom to protect their emotional well-being? Or were they simply standing by their father in the only way they knew? Thanks for watching. Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Stay tuned, because the next twist in this story is coming sooner than anyone expects.